Krish Krishnan. I'm industry analyst, author, speaker on the subjects of data warehousing and big data. I'm here to discuss about my new upcoming book titled Data Warehousing in the Age of Big Data, to be published by Morgan Kaufmann and Elsevier Press in this month.
So Krish, we're here at EDW and your book is about to publish. Why don't you tell our viewers just a little bit about the inspiration for the book?
Yeah, absolutely, Andrea. You are the acquisitions editor with whom I worked on this project, and I think last year at EDW is when we actually started having this discussion about writing the book and this subject. And the inspiration came from the fact that we are in this world of big data, and there is a lot of hype cycles, there's a lot of frenzy, there's a lot of discussions, there's a lot of queries, right? People are worried about what skills do I need to acquire, what happens to my career, what happens to the data warehouses I've invested. There is concerns at executive level, there is concerns at personal level. So the goal for the book was to, number one, establish in the market the stand that data warehousing isn't dying or it's going away, but rather it's getting extended and expanded. And we're getting newer platforms by which we can ingest a lot more data into the ecosystem to make intelligent business decisions. So that was the underlying, inspiration, was to come up with that, one single, reference architecture, if you will, to have people understand and be on the same page in terms of, why big data, what does it do to your business models, what are the things you need to do to understand this data and how to process it, and more importantly, how to expand your data warehouse and leverage all your data investments, because information is a weapon and it can turn businesses very profitable, and if it is not harnessed correctly, it can also lead to a lot of potential revenue leakage. So that was the goal.
And can you talk a little bit about the table of contents of the book?
Yes. The book is divided into three parts, precisely. The first part deals with big data. What is it? How did it originate? What are the different types of big data? I mean, we want to go beyond text. We want to understand social media data. We want to understand geospatial data. We want to understand machine-driven data. So the first 5 chapters, if you will, which forms part 1 of the book, deals with the content of what big data is all about. And then there is some examples that we have given in terms of practical uses of big data, especially in large volumes and large complexities. The second part of the book deals with, beginning with chapter 6, deals with, what is the problems with data warehousing 1.0, right? I mean, where did we meet failures? What was the limitations of those architectures? What are the things we need to do in order to not get back into the same situation with big data? So there is a section of chapters 6, 7, 8, and 9 devoted to understanding the workload characteristics, understanding the performance characteristics, understanding the data complexities, and then being able to understand and relate and contextualize how to build this big data platform. And then the last parts of the book, chapter 10 onwards, deals with the actual architecture themselves, the technologies, how to build these reference architectures. I've discussed about 6 or 7 different techniques of integrating this data. And then we talk about data governance and the importance of metadata. And lastly, we bring in a lot of case studies from companies that have actually implemented this, right? Both from the vendor perspective and from the organization perspective. So if you look at the flow, the first 6 chapters give you or the first 5 chapters, I should say, give you the insights into big data, types of data, the platforms that were built for big data, including Hadoop and NoSQL and Cassandra and all these pieces, which is like more of a glimpse into those architectures. Then we deal with the problems of data warehousing, the problems of workload management, and then we come into how to architect the big data platform into the data warehouse so that we can build the new next generation data warehouse in a much scalable fashion. So that is the TOC and the flow of the book. And the book also has a companion site that will be available with it. And the goal of the companion site, as we have discussed before, is to provide content recency. So we want to be able to upload newer use cases, newer case studies, newer examples. And then if there are things that are going to change before the further additions or upgrades happen to this book, which it will, because of the space we are in with big data and considering the amount of technology progress that's happening. The companion site will actually have some periodical updates for the next 12 months with a lot of furthermore examples. So that is the companion website information that can be downloaded once you purchase the book.
And when will the book be available, Krish?
The book is available on May 27th, 2013 in North America, and it will be available online at the Elsevier store and also a few other popular outlets. And I believe that currently you are running a promotion with a special offer on the price of the book, for the next few days. So if people are interested, they can still go into store.elsevier.com and go and search for this title and pre-order it so that they would get it at a special discounted price. So May 27th is when the book comes out, and I can't wait because this definitely is going to be a book that will perk a lot of thinking in a lot of minds as people read it, and definitely will give me another opportunity to share my perspectives, as I've always been doing across different seminars and webinars and teaching sessions here at EDW and also at TDWI and other conferences.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Krish, for all your hard work on the book, and best of luck with it and with all future endeavors.